What is up, guys? This is Chase Oliver, 68 here, bringing you my UFC on Fox thoughts and recap. And now I know many people were disappointed with the show, and I do know that TNA is bringing No Surrender tonight. Not No Surrender, Turning Point tonight. I know TNA is bringing Turning Point tonight. Do not expect a review from me on that show, and the reason being is this: I haven't been watching TNA lately. Thursday nights really for me have been schoolwork nights. I don't have a word processor on my laptop. I haven't bought Word for it yet, hoping to get that for Christmas. But besides that, I haven't bought it yet. So I at my college they have computers with Word and everything. So I've basically been typing up essays there, trying to get back in the rhythm of school. So I've been doing essays at school pretty much that whole time. Thursday nights, my teacher, he assigns a lot of fucking essays, so I gotta focus on that. And then when I do come home, it's either like I'm in the middle of TNA or there's just like not a lot of TNA going on. It's just I just can't even get into the product because I haven't been sitting down and watching the full fucking product, and I can't TiVo it because it's just annoying with my DVR because I have other shows being recorded that I do want to watch Thursday nights, and they happen to be on the same time slot as TNA, and I can't watch TNA while those shows are being recorded, otherwise DVR will fuck up. So I'll try to be watching TNA. I think Spike TV posts episodes on there. I'll make sure to watch more TNA in the future. But other than that, ain't no Turning Point review, just because I wouldn't be able to grade the show solidly and fairly without knowing storylines whatsoever. So with that being said, UFC on Fox. So UFC on Fox happened last night. The reason why I didn't cover it is because we got some robbery in the world of boxing between Juan Manuel Marquez and Pacquiao. Go check out that video. It's doing pretty good on my channel so far. But these are my thoughts on the UFC on Fox show. So, the UFC on Fox show. Many wrestling fans trying to watch UFC have bashed this show. Rightfully so. I can understand why they bashed it just because the fight was too quick. Many casual fans that I saw on Facebook really liked it, but wished there was more. And that's where I thought that Dana White did wrong with this show. This show, okay. For all these people that are bashing the UFC for, oh my god, you give us a 30-second fight, a 30 fucking second fight. Oh my god, this is terrible. Shut up. Okay, you look at if you were a smart person looking in, if you seriously turn on TV, you saw these hype packages where you saw these motherfuckers knocking people out. Jesus, I wonder if this fight's gonna go 5 fucking rounds. Are you stupid? It went 1 round for a reason. These guys are tough motherfuckers, and these guys know how to knock people out. That's the thing. It was a knockout. And I said in the UFC, for casual fans, they love knockouts. They don't love this whole, I'm just not going to touch you thing. They love knockouts. And we got a knockout. So, for everyone that's saying the UFC failed on this show, no. The UFC did not fail on the show. What they did do is they didn't get more fights on there, which was kind of bad for the UFC. The reason why I think it's bad, if I were Dana White and I was looking at the show, you knew it was on the same night as Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. You knew it was going to be probably slated time against it. Well, Dana, Jesus, here's a brilliant idea. Let's look at the college football games going on. Stanford and Oregon basically became a blowout between during halftime. Stanford was going to try to catch up, but they couldn't in the end. Oregon won. Oregon was blowing them out. And if you would have set 3 hours, probably many people would have missed your first couple of fights on the card. And then when it came to JDS and Kane, people would already be tuned in onto that. So, missed opportunity there. Other college football games going on. Alabama and Mississippi State, who gives a fuck? I'm a Bama fan, but I didn't give 2 shits about that game. I mean, that's a clear-cut win for Alabama right there. Western Kentucky versus LSU, are you shitting me? Who gives a fuck about some no-ranked school against LSU, the #1 ranked school in the country? I'm sure LSU fans care, but who gives a fuck about that shit? That shit's gonna be terrible. So pretty much, Dana, when you had these college football games going on, none of them were really a threat to your ratings if you made a 3-hour show. I mean, you look at the undercard, and Quay Guida and Ben Henderson stole the fucking show. It stole the whole show. Me and my friend, we were watching that fight. He was like, if they put this on the main card, wouldn't you think, Chase, that like a bunch of people would say, hey, come watch this? And I said, you're right. I don't understand why it's not on the main card. Because if it was on the main card, you think about this. You're some casual person watching it. You turn on the TV and you see Quay Guida and Ben Henderson just go like they're just killing each other out there. You will call a friend and be like, dude, go check out that UFC on Fox. I was watching Stanford, Oregon, and Oregon just scored a touchdown, and then I was just going to check this out, and these two are kicking the living shit out of each other. Hang up the phone, bam. You get people coming in. Because, see, that knockout, what it did was set up a cock tease. It was a cock tease to what cool things could happen in the UFC. The fact that Cain Velasquez got knocked out like that to Junior Dos Santos was like, fuck yes, man, that was sick. That was awesome. I mean, you gotta look at it that way. People freaking thought that was an awesome knockout by Junior Dos Santos, but the fact of the matter is, there was not more to back it up. There was not more to promote the fact that Junior Dos Santos knocked out Cain Velasquez. Now, here's the next fight. If they would have made a card out of this, a 3-hour length card, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, free on TV. You're on Fox UFC. This is your big opportunity. 3 hours. Take over this advertisement thing. Don't hype up just Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez. Focus on a whole card. Whole fucking card. And guarantee, Dana, you wouldn't get some mixed reactions from people watching this. You would have gotten people say, I want to be a UFC fan. You did not need to have just be 1 hour focused on Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos. To be honest, after Cain and JDS lost, JDS speaks, tell him that you got a fucking bonus for them. And we will show you what happened earlier tonight between Quay Guida and Benson Henderson. Jesus. Wouldn't that have been fucking nice for those fans, you know, just to watch a fight that happened earlier? I mean, it would make sense, I mean, to show more of what this UFC is all about. But really, you didn't show anything that I thought that you should show. You didn't recognize any of the champions besides Cain and JDS. I mean, no one's going to know who Anderson Silva is unless they watch Peel TV. No one's going to understand who John Jones is unless they watch Peel TV. Peel TV, Peel TV. And fact of the matter is, not many people carry Peel TV, Dana White. So, really, it was a plummet when you did not add another fight. Overall, the show feeling, if I was a casual fan watching this, you know, I bet it would have got me excited. Because I'm a knockout guy, like many people do love knockouts in the world of sports. I'm a knockout guy, and so really, to be honest, I would have loved it. I would have tuned in for more. But many people didn't like it, and it really is because they hyped it up, and it was only a minute 4 seconds fight. You know, sorry guys, that's how the UFC works. It's not professional wrestling for all you wrestling fans. They're not scripted to do all this and control the fight. It's not a controlled situation. It's an uncontrolled situation. You gotta understand that. For all the wrestling fans out there bashing it and just say that the UFC sucked when it came to it, think with your heads first and realize this is an uncontrolled situation. And if you were smart enough to watch the highlights that they were hyping up the 40 minutes that they were, you would understand that these two could knock each other out just like that. It doesn't take a person with a brain cell to really think that outside of the box. Like, really, I just don't understand how people just do not realize the fight was short because, I don't know, we just saw highlights for it. I think the only problem with the show is that Dana didn't promote more fights, but otherwise I think UFC on Fox wasn't successful, but it did good for the UFC. I think it did help the UFC out a little bit. I mean, you got a guy like Junior Dos Santos now who came out to Rocky Balboa, who many people love. They talk about how he's a Rocky story. Jesus, doesn't that make people want to look up to Junior Dos Santos now? I don't know. So for all those that said UFC on Fox failed, giving a big fuck you to all the UFC fans. Really, it didn't fail. It didn't succeed up expectations. It just went okay. It was a fine show. Dana White did whatever he wanted to try to promote it. And hell, I respect the man for doing that. You know, it's what he wanted to do when it came to promotion sakes. So hey, it is what it is. The fight was a minute 4 seconds. Get over it. If you were smart enough to watch highlights, like I said, if you're smart enough to pay attention to the pre-fight show and listen to what Brock Lesnar and Dana White said, it can be over just like that. So, I don't know why everyone's all hating. I don't know why. But, hey, you know, casual fans, you know, I hope many of you guys got into the UFC. But, to be honest, if I was Dana, I would have taken over the opportunity to try to push this show 3 fucking hours and make this a hell of a card. And also, Dana White, I get it that Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez, it's one of the fights that you want to see because these guys are exciting. But those two weren't going to draw ratings. I'm sorry. There's only one man in MMA who could really, really make you guys big when it came to that Fox card. Actually, two guys and two fights that I think that should have fit better on this card. Rashad Evans versus John Jones. Fucking shitload of views. People will watch that because, first off, and this is not being racist or anything, you got two African fucking Americans talking shit to each other. People find that hilarious because they're gonna say some funny fucking shit. Two guys who actually do hate each other and have a good history with each other. That's another reason why people would buy it. That's drama in itself. People feed off drama, UFC. Think with your heads there when you're promoting a big nationwide box. No one cares. Yeah, I bet you some people care that Kane's a good father and that Junior had a troubled past, but doesn't mean shit. Because they're going to be fighting each other. I don't give a fuck about Kane's daughter. I don't care about Junior Dos Santos' mom. They don't hate each other. Why should I waste my time if these guys are just going to act like friends? Or if you got Chael Sonnen's ass on that fucking microphone dissing Anderson Silva, people would have been like, holy shit, this guy is fucking legit. Especially when you showed the tape from Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva 1, you had footage of it. Could have showed it. Imagine a Fox commercial like, Anderson Silva is in trouble. And then Silva gets a triangle and it shows that. And it's like the rematch of the century. Right there. People will be like, what the fuck? This is coming on Fox free on TV. And then you have Chael Sonnen just promote it all with his fucking mic work. And just say, Anderson Silva is nothing compared to me. I don't understand in a parallel universe how you can beat someone up for 50 million times or some shit, whatever Chael Sonnen says, and he wraps your legs around you and he wins the fight. Right there. Drawing point, money selling, bam. That would put asses in fucking seats. That's for sure. That would make people want to watch it because you got two guys personal vendetta with each other. And not only that, you got two guys that really, really, really would put on an entertaining fight. Because Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva, for me at least, my favorite fight of all time in the UFC. My favorite fight of all time in the UFC. So, really, Dana, kind of dropped the ball on this one. You should have done more. It is what it is. I thought it was an okay show. I thought it did its job a little bit. It did give us a huge knockout, which is what most casuals do like. So, yeah. So this was my perspective on UFC on Fox. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just my quick little thoughts right there. I think so you guys should subscribe up above. Check out my other videos. Give me a big old thumbs up if you want. Follow me on Twitter. I don't know. Enjoy your TNA No Surrender. Hope you got UFC fans that are going to say UFC fans. Hope UFC haters right now understand where I'm getting at here and how I'm not insulting you, but you guys should have known with your brain that this fight was not going to last long, especially when it comes to two heavyweights. Like I'm saying, it just doesn't take a brain to really process that through, that this fight was not going to be a quick fight. Especially if you know the history that they were showing on TV, you should have realized that by now. So pretty much that's all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm Chase 68, and I say peace.